The feminine energy comes from all perspectives of life, spiritual, career-wise, your own personal growth, being born a woman, you see. So embrace every situation as a woman. There are times when you look beautiful to yourself when you look in the mirror, but then there are times when you wake up and you look at the mirror and you have 5 pimples on your face and you start getting worried. That's what women go through. So it's quite normal. You move on. You don't have to be holding on to 5 pimples that you've just seen on your face. So every step of the way, every transition that happens to you as a woman, just embrace it.
Behind every woman is a story of courage, purpose, and becoming. Inspiring and celebrating women, one story at a time. This is Feminine Energy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Feminine Energy, the space where we sit down, get real, and celebrate the women who are quietly building extraordinary lives. This channel exists for one reason: to inspire and to celebrate women. Every woman has a story behind the title, behind the smile, and behind that she has got it all together. Here, we go beneath that. We talk about the sacrifices, the doubts, the 3 a.m. moments nobody sees, and the strength that gets you through them. Today, I'm so honored to be joined by Tiny. Tiny, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Tiny. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much, Tiny, for joining us today. So Tiny, can you tell us, who is Tiny?
I'm Tiny. I was born 30 plus years ago. I will not say the actual years.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm old now. So I was born 30 plus years. I grew up in the ghetto, Buku. That's where I was raised. I attended my primary school at Mwanandishe, then went to high school, Oyo Girls High in Chisipiti. Then I finished. I went to A-level in Gutu. Then I did my nursing school training in Chitungwiza. Then I'm now a registered nurse in the UK.
Thank you so much, Tiny. So can you tell us what makes you laugh and what brings you joy?
There are certain things that brings me joy in this life. Like being surrounded by the people that love me, being surrounded by the people that support me, my family at most, and my friends. And the things that make me sad, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like negative energy. I feel where I am loved and where I'm not. So if I'm not loved, I will just walk away. If I feel that you love me, I'll always stay and I'll always be there. So I enjoy being loved. That's what I can say. Yeah.
Okay. So you said you're now in the UK. How long have you been in the UK?
This is going to be 3.5 years now. 3 years, 6 months. Yeah, almost there. Yeah. In September, it's going to be like 3 years, 8 months. So 3 years, 6 months now.
Okay, so can you tell us, how was the transition, leaving home, coming here? How was it?
When you're home, it's more like a society where everybody knows each other. But the transition now, when you are coming to a world that is unknown to you, where you have to start everything from start, where you have to buy blankets, where you have to buy plates, where you don't know who's there, it's very hard. You have to build your own community. You have to look for new friends, especially when you move to a place where other nationalities that are not there, like Zimbabweans. So others got a privilege that they move to places like Manchester, where other Zimbabweans are. But I'm just in a small town called Wira, where there is hardly ever any Zimbabwean there. So it's like I started looking for friends, looking for relationships, looking for things that can make me have a community that I used to have back home. Because back home it was good because you always socialize with whoever there because you believe in the same things. But here you never know whether people believe in what you believe. You have to know them first before you can say anything to them. It was a hard transition, I say, but I'm used now. Because now I have a community, I now have friends, and I located some of my family members that moved here before me. So it's easy now.
Okay, that's good. So was it always your dream to move abroad?
Yeah, I can say when I started nursing, I never had this dream of moving abroad, but I realized that I need to build a future. As due to some economic hardships, I was not able to do that in Zimbabwe. So I ended up moving so that I can start my future where there is like normal life in the third world. I'm not saying there's no normal life in Zimbabwe. There is, but things that you can do, like now there is efficient electricity, you have schools, you have everything. That's what I wanted my children to see. So that's why I really moved here to support my family and to see my children go in an environment that I wasn't able to be raised in. So I wanted something different for the future and the future of my children.
Okay, so you've got a child. How old is your child?
My child is turning 14 in a month. Yeah, she's a teenager now. Yeah.
Okay, how is your relationship like?
You know, with teenagers, sometimes it can be very, very, very difficult. But as a mother, you have to be strong, be bold, be able to show them the right way, because this is the time when most people lose their lives. So if you are a bad mother at this moment, you will never have a child in the future. So this is where the molding begins. When she does wrong, you have to reprimand her, and then when she does good, you have to like applaud her for everything that she has done good. So make them your friends, especially when they are teen girls. Make them express how they feel. That's what I believe in, because I never really had a chance as a woman in Zimbabwe, because I was never like that close. You know, African community, there are some things you can say to your mother and some that you cannot say. But now I just say anything that you want. Otherwise, they won't tell you when something is wrong. So be part of their growing, grow with them, and you see them flourishing.
That's really good. If you can take us back to the beginning. So soon after finishing school, you found out that you were pregnant. Can you walk us through that moment?
Okay, I was just waiting for my A-level results.
Okay.
So it was back 14 years back. Like I said, my daughter is 14. Yeah. So now, when you are at that age, when you finish A-level, you're 18, you know what's good and what's wrong. You know the decisions to make. It's not like you blame anyone for the choices that you make. No. So this was my own choice at that time. Knowing that it will have other repercussions, I indulge into early sexual activities. So the results, pregnancy. So I was pregnant when I was 19. When I was 19, I was still very, very childish. So when I got pregnant, I never thought I was pregnant. I just thought I just missed my period for a month. Next month, I'm just going to get the period. Then 5 months, boom, no period. That's when I decided to tell my mom. You know, parents get mad at first, but you cannot do anything more to your daughter except showing them love. So you own up to your mistake, apologize to your family, and get the support you need. So my mom was involved from when she knew that I was pregnant to the time I gave birth to my daughter. So that kind of gives me like, I'm not somebody that's been abandoned. If my family had abandoned me that time, I could be living a meaningless life. But now, because they accepted me, helped me, even my sisters, my other siblings, my extended family were part of the journey. So I was able to give birth to my healthy baby girl. Then my family continued to support me. So during the time that my child was growing now is the time that you discover that the world is not easy. Children need food, they need diapers, they need clothes, and you're unemployed. You don't have anything. That's when you face the reality of life now. So during that time, I saw that it was very important for me to look for something else to do. There isn't anywhere that I have not put an application. The therapy, prisons, teaching everywhere. Some days I could go to interviews, like the teaching interview that made me cry the other time because I failed to answer the questions that I knew I knew them, but I panicked and failed the exam. So you tend to grow before time, you see, when you are a teenage mom. So that I was forced to do all those things. So because the child needs food, and they'll never stop growing. They'll never stop wearing diapers because you don't have. So you have to own up as a mom and act up when time is still there so that you're able to meet all your child's needs. So I was happy that I applied nursing for the first time, which was quite reassuring. That was in 2014. I got a reply. I went to the interview, passed the interview, but didn't get a place. Then I tried the second time now. then I got it. So finally, my life moved a bit from where I was before, because when I wasn't a student, life was very different because I could not afford a lot of things for my child. But now when you get paid, at least that allowance can cover you. You can take your child to preschool, everything, planning for your future, which is easy. So the resilience in me led me to rediscover myself. Apart from, I cannot say mistake, because I didn't make my child out of mistake like all other people think they did. It's something that I knew that I was doing. So I wouldn't give her a burden saying you are a mistake or what. I won't label her that whatsoever. So that's why many people fail to raise children, because they label them like they are a mistake or what. Children aren't mistake. You know what to do. You know what you were doing when you made a child. So never call a child a mistake. So that's what I accepted. So she's part of me. She's part of everything that I'll do. And she's part of everything that she will do. I'll always be part of her. So that's my journey.
Thank you so much. So I will take you back a little bit. When you found out that you were pregnant, were you scared or ashamed? Can you just explain how you felt at that moment?
Yeah, I was a bit scared. What's going to happen? What are people going to say? It was that time when other people were going to uni and you're home and you're pregnant. I didn't collect my results on time because I went to Gutu and now the belly was now showing. Then I just told my other friends who were there that I'm just getting fed these days. Yeah, but it was a hard transition, trying to fit in the community, your age, and all your classmates are doing things like they've moved to go on the next step with school, and you're laid back a bit. So it's a scary thing that you lose people you love, you lose friends, even people closest to you, like from church, start discriminating you, even people that used to like you start avoiding you. Yeah. So this is
you
the
mean at
scary part.
they started to discriminate you simply because you got pregnant?
Yeah, that happened to me when I went to church. So in my church, the bishop that was there at the time didn't actually accept me and my child. They said, because when a child is born in the church, they confirm them in front of the church so that they become a member of the church. So the bishop chose to not confirm my child in the congregation because they said they don't know the father. This was a child made out of wedlock. So you have to come in my office and we'll do it secretly. So that's when I know that it's a bit discriminatory, and I hated church for some time. I never go there again, but I regained knowing that God isn't in a person. God isn't someone else that walks. So I ended up going to church, but everything has changed. There was different leadership that was supportive. So.
Okay, what about the father of the child? Was he present or you carried the burden alone?
Was someone that did things knowing, like I said, we all did this thing knowing what we were doing. Then when things go wrong, somebody decides not to be part of it. That's what happened there. So I really thank his family. His mother was still alive. He was so supportive. Their dad is still there, and other family, like their extended family, they used to visit me. So I went and stayed at his place, and the mother took care of me. I never lacked anything until like my father-in-law asked my mother-in-law, saying that, that pregnant woman crave for some things. Why can't you ask her what she likes and we'll buy? Because I used to like, I used to like my hair, and he used to buy me those my hair. And I used to love like sausages and eggs. I never lacked during my pregnancy. He supported me all the way until I gave birth. He was by the door. So all the nurses were thinking that I had a sugar daddy during labor. Then, well, is the man standing outside the door your husband? No. Then I said, no, it's my father-in-law. So he was there until I gave birth to my child. So I'll never forget him. He was so supportive. So the father now learned that the baby is there. it now appears. Like I went through, you know what pregnancy does? There is a lot of transition, including your body, your face, your everything. Now he comes back, see me as an ugly person. I have this belly that has turned black because the baby was big. He never appreciated that I'll change it sometime. Then he thought, no, she's not gonna look beautiful again. Then he just decided to end things. Then it was fine. So yeah, sometimes he supported, sometimes not. So we couldn't rely much on him because there was no consistency. So I ended up saying, I need to forget about that part and move on.
Okay, so as you were going through all that, did you ever thought of adopting the child?
I had this bond with my child. Like when you see me, you think we are sisters. We play, we do all sorts of things. So I never thought of abortion. I never thought of giving my child to anyone else. I said, whatever comes, even if we eat grass today and my child will eat grass, I never thought at any moment giving my child to anyone else. No.
Wow, that's really good. Okay, so being a single mom in the community, what are the most common things people say about single mothers in the community?
Yeah, there is a common stereotyping word like amongst the Shona people that says Mbana. You know, you get labeled a lot. Like when you greet someone's husband out of innocence, now they'll say, she's after my husband. People are not safe. Like when they see you with someone just talking, in that conversation, they don't even know about. If they see you talking to some other person, they say, that behavior, she's now being a prostitute. So they labeled all single mothers that name. That will never come to an end. But to me, it never meant anything because I took myself as me, as Tiny, as a mother, not as that name. So that's how I was able to conquer all the stereotypes of the community that we grew up in. Yeah.
So when they said that, how did you feel?
At first, it's difficult because I was young. Remember, I was 19 when all sorts of words start coming out like that. You know, people with their daughters won't let you near their daughters anymore. You have friends that you used to have, they distance themselves from you, thinking, yeah, you'd pursue them into making babies, maybe. But it's a choice, like I said. Even if you play with me when I have a baby, you're not gonna have one, you see. So it's a hard decision for me to make. It was a hard decision as well. I saw people who really loved me during that time. I saw people who hated me. So it was easy for me to distinguish my enemies during that time. Yeah. So it's not a good thing. And I don't wish this to happen to anyone I know because every single mother faces this challenge, especially in a Shona or Zimbabwean community. They get labeled. If you have money or if you are wearing nice clothes and you don't go to work, they are just assume that somebody's husband is bought them for you. Forgetting I also have a mother, I have sisters, I have my sister's son who's older than me who sometimes give me money. So when they see you with nicer things, they always think it's out of prostitution, not knowing there's also family support there.
Okay, so you said that at church they somehow discriminated you and the baby. How did that shape your faith journey? Did you continue going to church and also believing in God?
I was off church for 5 or 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. From 2014, I went back to church 2019 or 2020. That's when I went back to church. For that whole time, I never wanted to go near the church again.
So it took you 6 years?
It took me some time to recover from that because you discover churches as a safe space for anyone. Even Jesus accepted thieves and everyone prostitutes. So you go there when you have this heavy load on you. You think you going to church is going to make things better. Then you all have this baggage behind you. The community discriminating you. Then you go to church and you find it's worse than the community. So you have no way to run. So I stayed home because that's where I received much love.
Wow. Okay. Now being a single mom, you need to take care of your baby. How did you manage to make ends meet? Like how did you get the money to support you and the baby?
So initially I did, I never got any other job besides nursing. So my sisters and my mom supported me. My late sister used to work. Every time she got paid, she used to come home with new clothes for my child. I always remember her for that. May her soul rest in peace. But yeah, she made sure that my child have everything, including toys. My mom was there. She'd ask me to buy food that my child needed because my child loved potatoes, and she made sure that there is a bag of potatoes in the house. So family is all you need in this situation. So if you're a single mother without a supportive family, you will easily go, you won't even make it out of being single. That's when the decline starts. You accept all those names that people give you, like mama, prostitutes, whatever, then you go down the grade. You won't make it whatsoever. But when there is a family that make you rediscover who you are, like my mom used to say, yeah, children don't feed on air. Children need food. So you also have to do your part as the mother of this child to bring them food to the table. Because I did my part. I gave you life and I fed you. So the same applies. You should do it to your child. So with that, I was able to stand again on my feet and start looking for a new direction now. So that's how I conquered all. You don't have to, you have to, you listen, they get inside, but don't make everything that they say stay in your head. When you listen, just say it's fine. I don't care. Yeah, that's what kept me going at that time. Yeah.
Wow. So did you ever go to bed hungry?
No, I never go to bed hungry. I never did. Yeah, I never did. Because sometimes, in Zimbabwe, we have a rural home and we also have a town house in the city. So during the time when there is let me just say, let me put it across like this. During summer, that's the rain season in Zimbabwe. So we used to go to Kumusha, plow crops, do everything. And during harvest time, that was the only time I'd appear in Harare. But it took time, 3 or 4 years. All summers, I could go Kumusha, crop plantations and everything. Then we could bring maize meal to Harare. There wasn't a time that we lacked anything because there was dried vegetables in the house. All Zimbabwean households do that anyway. So it was like a basic life. That was say it lacked nothing, but it wasn't perfect. But we never go to bed hungry.
Okay, that's really good. So, being a single mom, of course, a mom and family was supportive. But how about the extended family, the other relatives? They're also supportive.
The other relatives now, some people will be saying, yeah, you see, she was doing A-level, now she got pregnant. People, close relatives, you see. Oh, that's what A-level ended her. Oh, she could have done better. So a lot was said behind. Yeah. So there were a few from that extended family that supported me, but a lot of the extended family members said things that were not nice behind my back. So sometimes even going to their houses, they feel like you're begging for food. You don't have anything. Yeah. So you are seen as a nobody when you have a child, especially when you are single. So going to people's houses, I stopped. Yeah. So I stayed home. Yeah.
Okay. So was there a time that you felt lonely?
Not really. My child became my little friend. So when all my other friends now went in nursing school, go somewhere partying, I could go somewhere with my child during that weekend. We could go to Longchen, we could go all places that have play areas. I made her experience the things that I never had. So the loneliness in me was taken by my child because she always occupied all the places in my mind that have thoughts of loneliness. She was that part that made me whole. So whenever I think of doing something, I include her first.
Okay. So during that period, did you ever date again, or you completely shut that door because of
No,
fear?
I didn't. I dated. So when you date now, your first sentence will be like, I have a child. People appear not to mind it, but as the time goes on, you find that it's an issue. Then, yeah, you date, but in the end, it doesn't work at all. Even if you have brought it up, they'll say, oh, no, it's okay. But on the long run, they'll just move or the relationship will just end.
So initially they would agree, and then later on they would change their mind.
Yeah. Because my first sentence when you start looking for love from me, like as a man, I'll tell you, I'm tiny. I'm a mother, and yeah, I have a child. Yeah. So it's up to you to take me or not. They'll just say, okay, we'll try. Oh. But not knowing, most of them came with no intentions of moving further with me again.
Moving to the UK, was that an escape, a fresh start, or how did the move change your life?
I wouldn't say it was an escape. Remember, I'm a person with a career. So I was following my pathway in the growth of my career more than anything else. That's why I had to move. It was not an escape to anything, because being single didn't make me think of any other ideas of escaping. I wouldn't escape because that's the whole situation that I am in. Even if I move to Australia right now, I will still be single. So even if I go back to Africa, I'll still be single. So you move on because you need to grow. You move on because you need to develop yourself, not because you're escaping any troubles or any problems. That's why I moved on, because I needed to progress in my career.
Okay. So you got married last year?
It was January this year on the 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you take us back? Like, were you looking for love, or love found you when you were just sitting?
Now this time, love found me.
Wow.
Because all along I was the person looking for love. But I say now this time love found me and it followed me. Because I was in a long distance relationship with him for 3 years that I was here. We started dating like a year and a half before I came. So now when we were still getting to know each other, that's when the red list was put across, and I already had this job before red list. So my trust was now saying, if you don't take it now, you're not going to come again. So that's when I decided to move, when the relationship was just starting. So we started communicating on the phone like every day. He knows where I work, he knows my friends, he knows everything. It's like he's in this house when we talk. So he then decided that he needs to marry me. Then we got married. It was very beautiful.
Wow.
Very,
Congratulations.
very beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. So when you told him that you had a child, how did he react?
So, like I said before, when I get into knowing somebody, I don't like hold it back. I say I am a mother, I have a child. So your decision will be based on the things that I say on the day, whether you want to stay or not. So he just said, so what's wrong with that? Then I said, I'm just telling you so that you know that that's my situation.
Wow.
Then he said, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because I wasn't there at the time. I don't know the circumstances. So we are starting now. So we start from where we are starting, not looking back, because there are things that I've done also that you don't know. In the end, we are all humans. You have something visible. You have a child. Maybe there are some things that I've done. Or if I've made somebody pregnant, you'll be seeing 3 people coming to me that they have my children. But because I don't have that evidence, you have things that you've done in your past. I'll still carry them to the future, even if I've just realized now. It doesn't affect anything at all. So he accepted when I told him that.
Okay. How about your child? When you informed her that you were not getting married, how did she react?
So my child, being the person that she is, she's a girl. So when I had those previous relationships, I didn't want her to be involved. Like, I didn't want her to see that I can move from this relationship. She didn't know that side, even though I had some relationship. But during this time, then I made ways to introduce her to this person. Like, this is the person that I'm going to marry. So, I'm not married, and it's not normal for a person to leave. Yeah, it's normal. You can do it if you want to, but I think I need somebody. This person is going to be part of us. So if you have problems, you tell me, or you can tell Gogo. She's the person that she's used to. He was my boyfriend by then. He used to support me a lot because my child was bright in school. So the school she went to, they made her a prefect. Then I said, call King when I don't have money with me. So what I'm going to do is go to Leopold Takawira, those shops that sell cheap quality uniforms for $5.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I said, I'm going to get 3 shirts, like for $15, 2 skirts, because then he just looked at me and he said, so you want that child to lose confidence? Her first call of being a prefect, then you're buying all those cheap clothes from Leopold Takawira. Why can't we just go to NB and see if we can get something new for her? That's when I realized that there's something in this person that I should keep holding on to. So I just doubted maybe you just want to impress me for some reason. So we went to NB Chisipiti, but my child is made naturally big. So the uniforms that were there, they were like small in size. Then they said, the next size now, you need to make it by order, and you need to add a little, like a top-up fee to get that size, and it doesn't get delivered maybe in 3 or 4 days. So you need somebody to come and check. So I was going to work. Then he said, don't worry, give them my number so that I'll come here and check the uniforms when they are done. So he made all those efforts going to check at the shop. Then I said, okay, maybe I just keep him for this doubt, because he is being loving at the same time being supportive and not saying this is your child, so I've paid the uniforms already. Why can't you just sacrifice time off work and go to CPT and collect those? So he made sure that he went there, collected the uniforms, and he said that weekend I was out on a work duty. Then I said, you can just go. I've told my mom that somebody's bringing uniforms for my daughter. So just go and give whoever you see at our house. That's how things started working, because I saw that he was supportive. Yeah.
Okay. So did you face any resistance, or it was just smooth? Like your child's relationship to the new dad. Was there any resistance?
I after getting into this relationship, I found out that they have so many interests. Like, my child liked things to do with arts, visuals, and everything. That the areas he's so invested in. That's what he do. So my child would say, I made this. Can you show him this? She hardly ever asked me to do it on someone. So that's when I realized, she is accepted. Then when I was getting married, I sat her down personally, because I didn't want somebody to speak to her. Then I said, this person is now going to be part of us, and you are an adult, not really an adult per se. You're somebody who knows what's wrong or what's bad. You are free to tell me if you don't like anything. We can transition together. But this doesn't change my love for you. I love you, but there is something that we call family. When a family is complete, it has to have a mother, father, and the children. So you're the only child I have, and I'm also expecting to have more children in my age, because you can't be the only child. So allow me to introduce someone that will take up maybe the role of a father figure. I'm not forcing you to say, to call him dad now or anything. You can call him whatever you want, but he's going to be part of our family. Respect him. You also respect what you don't feel comfortable with. Just tell me. So that's how we got along. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because you have a very good relationship with her. So I think it was very easy for her to understand where you were coming from when you're trying to
Yeah.
explain that to her. So I want to ask this. Did you pray for the husband? And when you met him, how did you know that he was the right man for you?
So this person, we belong to the same church denomination. So I knew him as a child because my sister used to go to their house before she went to uni to get her hair done. I only knew that I knew him in passing and I never knew his name. By some reason, my sister, like my late sister, knew them personally. So they were like friends, they talked to each other. So we were friends, like through mutual friends on Facebook, because when you grow up in the area, if somebody send you a friend request, you see, okay, so all the people around the mutual friends are from Tafara. So let me just accept this friendship. So sometimes you just say hi and go and not say anything. Hi. Like in 2019, he said hi and I just said hi. And that was it. Then in 2021, he just said hi. Hi. Then we started talking and I just realized that he's someone fun to talk to. Then the next day it was, hi, how are you? Can I have your number? No, not the next day. Maybe it took us some time because we used to communicate through Messenger. So we became friends at first, but later moved on to something else.
Okay. Since the community labeled you like single mom, prostitutes and stuff, after getting married now, are those labels still following you?
Always, people would always try to bring the past. Like, can you see that this person has been married before and you haven't been married? Why didn't you choose like a girl? Like, she has a baby. Why can't you just go for girls? Yeah. So the community will still find its way to fight all those things because they don't actually believe that people who are single can eventually marry, single fathers can marry, single mothers can marry. So the community now still has that resistance because now when you're a single mother, that time you are just like an outcast of the community. You don't have value to the community. You're just a person that is looked down upon with some other people. Now that you have a career, they don't blame you for taking their husbands, which silenced them all. Now that you're earning your own money, you're sending your own children, they have no way to point that she's taking money from our husband. I was a single mother and I was able to send my child to a better school because I wanted to silence everyone. I wanted to silence everyone that stereotype people saying that being single, you have to suffer. You have to send your child to school with rags. You have to look for a low affordable school. No, I made sure that my child attended the school that I wanted. The school that some other people with working and functional relationships or marriages couldn't afford. So that's how I've outdone everything. Because when you don't have a career, I'm not saying you can be single and not have a career and not progress. It becomes bad when you don't have a career. That word will now work now because you don't have like a stepping stone or somewhere that you're expecting to go after. With me, it was different because I knew I was getting paid per month. I was expecting to pay fees on debts. I was doing all my things. I was waking up every morning to go to work. So I wasn't seen in any bar looking for the admin. No. So I was working that time. That kind of changed everything. Their perception of single mothers is now changed because you find somebody who goes to work and not do the things that you label them to.
Okay. So now that you're married, do you feel like you're now getting the respect from the community?
Respect is not something that you should seek from the community. They should just give it to you. There are some people who are married, but the community will never respect them. There is domestic violence. They are married, but they don't pay their school fees. Their children get sent back from school because of school fees all the time. Then where's the respect part of things? Then I'm single. Now I'm married. I'm able to do all the things that I was doing before with the support of someone. So, which means I've kind of elevated myself. At the same time, if you need to respect me, you can learn from me, from my past and the things that I have now, that I'm now moving forwards and not being like looking for respect in places that shouldn't, like in places that is not meant to be. So respect is not something that you should look for. It's something that just comes. Yeah. You can be a married person called Miss, but they don't respect you. You don't respect your husband, or your husband doesn't respect you. So do we have something to respect you for because you are married? No. So respect comes whether you're single or married.
Okay. You said that when you were single, as soon as you find out that you were pregnant, your friends unfriended you. Now that you are married, are those friends coming back to you now?
Yeah, there are some people who just say, yeah, so this person has married you for something else because you're already a professional. They're after your money, they're after your things. Yeah, they will give you such advices. But I'm not a child because I see what's good for me. I know when to decide what's good for me. If I'm doing something wrong, I know it myself that I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. So they still come back and try to like say, so we are inviting you to such and such event, things that they never invited you when you were single. So why are you inviting me now? Has anything changed?
So are you taking the invites? Are you going?
No. If you haven't invited me when I was single, why then now? What has changed? I will not go.
Okay. So what advice would you give to other single mothers out there who are also looking for love? What advice would you give to single mothers out there who are also looking for love? We have lost hope, like no one will ever love me with these children that I have already. What would you say to them?
One thing I would say now is love yourself first. And love people around you, especially family. Because now when you're single and you don't listen to what other siblings or what your parents say, who are prone to go into that same situation again. You'll be having another second child again because you lack support of your own self. You don't have the self-esteem that makes you keep going. So when you're a single mother, discover yourself first. Know what you want. Don't be labeled by the society. Even the society in the workplace can also label you. Yeah. Don't be labeled. Is that like, my husband won't allow me to do this. Give that position to Tiny because she can do anything, anytime. No, I also have some time with my daughter. So in as much as you have time with your husband, I will also be home with my daughter. So I cannot take it as well, you see. So stand your ground. No one ever dared to call me that word in class because they would know I would turn the tables upside down. No one ever dared to do that. They would say it behind my back. Whenever I hear, I would fight. Yeah. So don't let anyone disrespect you, giving you names and you just go with it. Like, Ndimika, Mvana. No, I'm a woman. Call me Miss Chatira. I'm Tiny. This is what I am. Or you can call me by the name of my child. Don't call me that name again. And if I sense that you are in that team that gives me name, I will never be part of you. I'll just walk away. I'm good at that.
Wow.
And you will not see me. Yeah. So you relate yourself with people that give you like that positive energy. People that want to see you grow. Yeah. Because now when you are already weak and you associate yourself with people who bring you down, you will never grow. You always go in that path where you like decline easily. You get engaged into prostitution, you do drugs, you don't have a career, you be having more and more children. So you see, that's how. But when you decline all those things and stand your ground, nothing will ever come to you. Be the woman, a powerful woman that you want to be. Discover yourself first. Know what you want.
That's very powerful. So to those people who labeled you single mom, prostitute, or you want to take our husbands, what do you want to say to them?
I'm in a better position than what you had, like what you have. I wouldn't wish to take someone else's husband knowingly. So the society itself is bad because people knowingly know they are married and they heard that you're not married and you have a child, they take chances. They always do. I don't know why, because they think this is the weakest point. We can always get there. Even if we are married, we can just play around. But now that I'm in a position that I was not thinking that I would be someday, I would say that I've achieved more through the zeal that I had in me. So if ever they thought I was going to take their husbands, they were not my type. My type eventually came and I took him.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's very
Yeah.
powerful. So, you have experienced how it feels to be a single mom. So, can you explain to us what true support for a single mom actually looks like?
So in the support for a single mom starts from the areas that you grew up in, starts from the people around you, starts from the community that you are, starts from the workplace, starts from church, starts from everywhere. So if you go like around those places and you get like that negative vibe, you won't be able to sustain the growth, your own growth. You won't be able. You'll be like quickly discouraged, and you won't do anything that has results, because you think you're worthless. You think nobody likes you, but just look good, wake up, dress up, look good, go to work. You don't have to be in that house all day. You don't, even if when you are at home, when you don't have anything, just look good. Being a mother, a single mother, doesn't make you a person who is always dirty all the time. Like, look good for yourself. Look good. You're not looking good for anyone else to see, but just look good yourself. And above all, you need to pray so that you feed yourself on the right things. You also need to like grow your faith in the things that you know that one day God is going to bless you with something permanent. It's not like all the single mothers that are there, they don't want marriages. No. It takes a lot of time to heal from all those traumas. So if you see someone single, it doesn't mean that they don't want to get married. They need time to heal also from the past they had.
Okay, why do you think the church, the community, and even families, they need to stop to stereotype single moms and to start supporting them?
Yeah, especially family. When you have like a divided family where people like gossip each other behind, that kind of make things worse. That can cause you to go into depression. So that's the first step of support is family. Then you can also go to churches. So a church is like a safe haven. So I've brought my child to you, like the child that I love, the child that I carried for 9 months. And now you tell me that, we can't bless him in front of the other congregation because the father is not known and the child was done out of wedlock. It's something that's very, very heartbreaking. When you're a leader, you know that even Jesus himself, even God himself doesn't choose. God loves everyone. So when we are in a church, it's more like a safe haven. Accept everyone. Accept who they are. Accept what they bring to the church. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to say to a young girl right now? Maybe we have just found out that she's pregnant.
Keeping the pregnancy is a choice. That's an individual's choice, because abortion never ran through my mind. It never did. So keeping a child is something that you decide that you need to do with that. And when you make that decision, all the other overwhelming things that are coming along with getting pregnant will start getting like a little bit low. You don't get all the pressures because you've accepted the situation. So you start accepting that I'm going to be a mother. Prepare being a mother. Learn to be a mother and always be a mother. So that's what I always say to other girls that got pregnant. You have to be prepared, accept, prepare, learn, and be a mother.
Okay, how about when she's scared and maybe terrified about what the community is going to say, the judgment from the community?
It's not like you will be sent to prison for getting pregnant, or there is a hard punishment for that. There isn't. There is no time that you'd ever face that no one has not faced before, you see? So when you are overwhelmed, when you are scared, know that every situation is not permanent. If we sleep today and we wake up tomorrow, it's gonna be a different day. So I may face all these things today, like I discover I'm pregnant today. But if I sleep tomorrow, my child is now walking, my child is now saying mama. The world has totally changed. So time doesn't stand in one place. The good thing about time is it always moves. So time is the healer of everything. So when you get pregnant, never, ever, 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 ever think that the situation will remain the same, because I'm not breastfeeding now. My child is now a teenager and I have made a little friend. So if time didn't move, would I still be breastfeeding for 15, 14 years? No. So time is the healer of everything.
Wow, that's profound. Tiny, looking back at the 17 or 18-year-old girl who was pregnant and scared, and looking at the woman you are now, what would you say to her? To that little Tiny who was pregnant?
Yeah, when you make decisions, know what you're getting into. Because at that time, when you think of making a boyfriend, you are now somebody who is now mature. So any decisions, know is in like repercussions, know the results, know how to control the situations before you do things, before you get into things. Don't live life with regrets. Don't ever say it was a mistake when you did the things knowingly. So if you decide to make something, because now when somebody turns 8, they're able to choose right from wrong. So from 8 years old, a child knows what's right and wrong. So I wouldn't say a 19-year-old would be someone that doesn't know what they are doing. So you know what you are doing. You know exactly what's coming when you are doing the things that you do. So when that comes, embrace it. Don't look for the support you didn't have before. Don't look for things that you do not have to you did not have before. Deal with things that are there. I am pregnant. What's the next step? I should tell my parents. I should get this. The child needs food. I should look for work. So time moves and time changes everything and also changes your thinking, makes you grow, makes you mature. So just move every day as it comes. Take each day as it comes. Don't be too quick to do anything when you get pregnant, like make other poor decisions or that will get you to a complication such as death, whether you have done something illegal or you have decided to abandon a life like baby dumping. That never crossed my mind. I chose to be with my baby. And I think that 19-year-old was courageous at that time that no 19-year-old could ever do. The strong woman that I am now, I think that's when the whole thing started. I never see myself here like today. I never dreamed myself being here today because my world got shattered. Like, you think now, my other friends are in uni. I didn't collect my results. I didn't know how did I pass. I'm embarrassed to go outside because people will say all sorts of things. No, face whatever that comes to you. Be strong. Always be strong all the time. And the community won't stop saying. Even if you do nice things, they'll still say. Even if you do the wrong things, they'll still say anything. So just be you above all things. Be you. Yeah. That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much for that, Tiny. So, in this season of your life, now that you're married, you're in the UK, you're raising a teenager, what does feminine energy mean to you?
So, feminine energy, I was born a female, which means genetically, I'm embracing all that. So, when you look at the picture where I was 23 years old and looking at me now, you see a great difference. You'd never think, is it the same person? So you embrace every stage that comes with aging. Yeah. Every stage that comes with career. Every steps that comes spiritually. Always embrace everything. So the feminine energy comes from all perspectives of life, spiritual, career-wise, your own personal growth, being born a woman, you see. So embrace every situation as a woman. There are times when you look beautiful to yourself when you look in the mirror, but then there are times when you wake up and you look at the mirror and you have 5 pimples on your face and you start getting worried. That's what women go through. So it's quite normal. You move on. You don't have to be holding on to 5 pimples that you've just seen on your face. So every step of the way, every transition that happens to you as a woman, just embrace it.
Thank you so much, Tiny, for your honesty and the courage to tell your story to the world. So that's the wrap on today's story. That was Tiny was telling us about her life. I'm really impressed by your courage to tell your story to the world. We are trying to liaise with the community so that you stop stereotyping the single mothers out there. It's not like someone decided to wake up being single. Some actually also want to get married, but unfortunately it didn't happen the way they were planning. So as the community and society, we need to stop blaming those people and stereotyping them, naming them prostitutes, and also saying that they are after our husbands. We need to be supportive to them, because sometimes they end up taking their lives and also may get into depression simply because we as the community, we didn't support them. So thank you so much, Tiny, for reminding us that behind every strong woman is a journey worth telling. So if today's conversation moved you, inspired you, or made you feel a little less alone in your own journey, that's exactly why this channel exists, to inspire and to celebrate women one story at a time. So if you know a woman whose story deserves to be told, drop your name in the comment section. She may just be our next guest. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to any woman whom you think may need to hear this story. Once again, thank you so much, Tiny.
Thank you very much, City. Bye.